Today we're going to talk about how you manifest anything you want. And right now you're thinking, here we go again. I have the vision boards, I say the mantras, I meditate. Nope, none of that counts. In fact, I teach my students to throw it all out the window for one reason. If you don't believe it, no mantra in the world's going to change your life. I'm going to give you one quote from Neville Goddard today that can change our world. If you do it today, you can change your world and everything around you, because every reality exists for you and I. Every ticket is a winning lottery ticket for someone somewhere in the world. You can be that winning lottery ticket. I know you're here because you do want to change the world. You do want to live in peace. You don't want to see others suffer. Are you ready to step into it? Because some of you, who even argue with me in the comments section, might want to hear this. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Life's going to throw you curveballs all the time. It is part of the program. It's like going into Pac-Man and wanting a straight line up to the leaderboard. What fun is that? We love playing Pac-Man. Well, maybe you don't remember Pac-Man. Whatever game you may be playing, there's always a challenge in there, isn't it? But what about what's going on here on our planet and with you right now? I'm going to give you one sentence that will make so much sense to you, and if you do it, everything in your life can change immediately. Some of you can see results today, but it takes a little bit more than just connecting to what I'm about to say. Before we start, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. And what you support comes into your world. You will never get a negative viewpoint of the world from me, just an empowering one. Doesn't mean I won't have my opinions. We're going to talk about that right now. So before I start, I want to also offer you two things that could be life-changing. There are two parts of your life that are absolutely critical. One is the one where you live out here with your friends and your family and all those wonderful things, you have aspirations. And then there's the world of earning. How are you going to make ends meet? And even if you're retired, how is that money going to serve you? I created two platforms. LandriaOnkka.com is to help you to do what we're going to talk about today, to switch into a different mindset. But how we're going to do it, and this is critical for you today, is on a high frequency, because everything you do is going to be reflected back to you. So if we manifest on a low frequency, we are going to have things reflected back to us in a matter of greed, or whatever it is that we're going into, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And that's a free series down there. It'll say free inspiration. The second one is, how are you earning? Are you going out into the world? And this is totally in alignment with this video today. Are you earning money in a destructive way? Are you feeling bad about it? Do you hate how you're earning? Does it make no sense? So I want to share with you the very solid teachings of Neville Goddard. Here is one sentence that Neville gave, that if you put this into action today, your entire life would change. But more than anything, our world can change. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. If you desire something, then you have to be it. Now the Bible says this. You don't get what you want. Let's break that apart. Why don't you get it? I want peace. I want the government to do this. I want disclosure. I want the systems to change. I want wealth. I want this corporation to do certain things. I want. There is nothing in that equation that changes the existing situation. Nothing. You get what you are. I am peace, and everything I do is peace. I am that. I am. So when I give you guys these free things down there, I'm opening a door for you to let you know that we have to become the things we desire. So how we earn. If I want a world that doesn't destroy the planet with manufacturing and all the other things that go on, I cannot participate in it, right? I have to be that person who is earning in a way that the world benefits from. Do you see how this works? My friend who said, I'm unsubscribed because I made a comment. By the way, she probably obviously did not really listen to my video. I said, I'm all for protests. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not changing anything, and it really hasn't much. It's a show of solidarity for certain groups of people. Is that everyone? No. But here was my comment to that is, that's great that you're showing what you don't want, but I don't see you creating what you do want. I'm unsubscribing. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out. I'm joking about that. Everybody's welcome here, but insults are not welcome here, because this is what I'm talking about. If we want to be peace, we have to be peace, and that means you're in a world where not everybody's going to agree with you. So you're going to take your toys and go home every time somebody doesn't agree with you? Or are you going to sit down and take action and say, how do we find something that suits us as a whole, as a community? Not in anger and all the things that were spewed at me. My point to this ex-subscriber was, you're not going to have a lot of friends if you keep rejecting everybody who doesn't agree with you. She says, I have plenty of friends. They were out there marching with me. I said, yeah, till they disagree with you. And you'll do to them what you just did to me. This is an action that is setting her up for a life of rejection and conflict. This is her action. She doesn't even see it. It's not about what she's protesting or what's going on in the world. It's her actions are actually in total conflict with community and harmony. It doesn't matter with the subject matter. That's irrelevant, because there's always going to be a subject matter. There's millions of them out there. Pick one. It's how we're handling it and how we're coming together. Are you using that to separate yourself and create groups and anger and enemies and blame? Now here's the second thing that Neville Goddard said. I love it. This comes, if you become, you're that. What you desire, right? You get what you are, not what you want. Once you become it, you can never blame anyone, any circumstances, any events again for anything in your life that you don't like. You can never do that again, because now you're taking responsibility for being that. And I know a lot of you don't believe that. You say, wait a second, I can't control everybody. No, you can't. But remember I told you, you guys know this. This is exactly how it works. If you're in the basement, what are you going to be around? Other basement dwellers. If you're in the penthouse, you're going to be with those that are saying, yeah, we are on planet Earth. We're still in the mansion. Mansion's still here on planet. We are planet Earth. We're still here. All that's basement's still in the mansion. But when you're up there, you're getting together with people to say, we're going to shine the light. We're going to shine the light, because we cannot control what other people do, but we can shine a light so they can find their way up here, like we did. All right? So we must shine the light in order to be that which we want. We have to be it. We have to be the loving, open, compassionate people that we desire the world to behave like. We have to be it. All of us. It starts today, and I know you're probably opposing a lot of things. You may hate, what's going on in governments. You might hate specific people in there. You might whatever. I have no feelings either way about it. I have opinions about certain things that are going on, which I've shared with you. I believe they are making choices based on, and I think advanced AI is helping them. I think they're using AI to calculate the possible results of each decision they make. I think they're doing that based on what result they want. Can we stop this? Is this your best use of time? So when we look at what other people are doing, instead of judging it and if we agree with it or not, I ask myself, as I did in that video of the advanced AI that I believe our government is absolutely using, they'd be fools not to say, if we do this, what might be the reactions based on them, their past, what might they do? And then if they do that, what's the possible repercussion? And I think they ran hundreds of scenarios before they made that decision. But the final result that Donald Trump wanted, and he says, I'm guessing this is true, that he wants to be the president of peace. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to dispute what he says. If he wants that, I'm all for the president of peace. It doesn't mean I'm all for everything he does. And this is what we have to remember. Not everything is black and white. So I'll give you an example. Illegal immigrants here. There are hardworking, beautiful people who contribute to our economy and our society in huge, wonderful ways. And there are those who are destructive and in conflict in so many ways that should be in prisons somewhere that need to leave. What do you do with that? I just want you to know that if you take a stance, you better be prepared to defend it. And I don't know about you, but I'm done with war. I don't want to defend anything. I want to sit down and say, how do we work this out? Because you're thinking this and I'm thinking this, and where's that coming from? And is that good for all people, or is it just good for you? So when you come to my videos, yes, I'm going to give you a few thoughts about what's going on out in our world. But I'm also going to give you every mechanism to change your life and what's going on out there. And I don't think you realize that you hold that power and how much power you hold. I'm talking serious power. You are absolutely that star that is so powerful and explosive. Every grain of sand makes up the beach, and it is not whole without your little grain of sand. The puzzle isn't complete without your puzzle piece. You are such an integral part of everything. If you question that, you don't know what you are. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. I want you to ask yourself right now, am I that? Am I that very thing that I want? Then I am still believing it is separate from me and that I am not that. Now, we want to get past that part of with the world and your personal life. Well, how can I say I am that? Because there's a version of you that exists right now that is. You just haven't been choosing it. So in the physical world, until you choose it, it's going to remain in the other reality. So you just have to give it time, but you can't back off on the new one. The new one is that I am peace, I am love, I'm abundant, I am healthy, I am wealthy, and you got to be very specific about what is it you really want. That's what my students, my Digital Explorer students, have the toughest time. I don't know. I said, you know why? Because we're not programmed to go into the imagination, which is the most powerful place, because it's real. And we believe it's separate from us, and there's nothing separate from you. Nothing is separate. Everything is one thing happening, not simultaneously. It's one thing happening. Past, present, and future is always happening. Okay? It's tough to wrap our heads around it. You're not supposed to. We can't. We are in a limited existence purposefully so that we can play out density. You have the ability to blast through absolutely every false programming, limitations, how things are, and ask yourself what you think. Where did you get that thought? Even if it's of peace. If your peace puts you in opposition with somebody else, where did you get the thought that protesting for peace and opposing somebody is how you achieve it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, and my friend said, she goes, history will prove it. I said, no, the future will prove whether you're right or not, because she wants to be right. Yeah? No, history has already proven it doesn't work. We protest and we let everybody know, and guess what happens? The higher-ups adjust to make us happy for a short period of time. But the truth is, they're still operating under their own agendas. Except this. You, as a human ego, are wanting to change their choices because you think you're right and they think they're equally as right, and this is basement manifestation. So do you see that your desire is no more valid than theirs? If they want to stay in basement thinking, that's low frequency, me, service to self, they are just as valid as you, equally. You aren't right because you want something good, because you're still opposing them, which means you're still in the realm of the basement. This is what we can't get through our head. But I want peace. No, you're not being peace. Does this make sense? I think some of you are probably having an aha moment right now. Oh my God, yeah, I'm still opposing. The subject matter is irrelevant. I still think they're wrong. I still think that what I want as a human being should be. So you want to control everybody. Yeah, well, there was somebody else who did that. Right, well, blind and blue-eyed, welcome to the club, right? It doesn't work. So the final result of that is implosion. And it will happen to you because you are opposing, and you will receive that. And this has been our history. If you're ready to give that up and be that which you desire and know you are that, you get what you are, not what you want. So no matter what your circumstances are, know that my circumstances right now are only the reflection of what I've been, and so I have to continue to be that which I desire is the new me. I have to be it now, and it will start to align completely, and you can't let go of that. So if you want to live in the peaceful world, you've got to walk around being peace. What is it we can do that creates the new, that gives somebody an option to go here instead? See how this works? You can start this with your own life right now. People have done amazing things, amazing things. Make sure it's not just purely material. It has to be a much bigger view. And by the way, material goods, nothing wrong with that. That's another thing. If you think it's bad, right, then whatever you get, you'll probably lose. Remember, abundance, health, all that's great, but it is not your happiness. And when you know that and you appreciate it and you're grateful for it as the bonus, you're in. We're going to learn more about this. So you guys, I've got my free business. Explore the business part. If you're an entrepreneur, it might be just for you instead of how to make money online. We don't do that. Did you know 97% of those companies go under? Businesses? People spend thousands of dollars chasing money, deal after new way to make, new way. It doesn't work. And I've got a free video on what does, and it still doesn't. It doesn't guarantee your success. I can't guarantee your success. You can. And how do you do that? You never stop until you achieve your goals. Never. All right? Stop blaming other people. If you get what you require in order to create what you desire, you're good. You're good to go. Let's get busy on that. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.